In the last lab, we added these 3 hierarchies, and they're fairly simple hierarchies if we take them step by step and understand the process of how to get them into our station and displaying correctly. This lab goes a little bit deeper, and we are going to sort the points in our station by city and state. In order to sort or to group these points by city and state, I need to add city and state tags to the points that I want to be in each city and state. So I'm going to go into the batch editor to do this. I'll go up to my program service in my services container, and I can go find all the objects that I'm looking for by using the BQuery query builder, or I can kind of cheat and find the points that I want to add these tags to and use a different method to get them into the batch editor. So if you're actually taking the time to watch this optional video, you're going to learn a cool little trick that not a whole lot of people know how to do. I want to use the batch editor to add tags to the points that live in my boiler logic folder and the points that live in my air handler folder. So since I happen to have the air handler open in my nav tree, I'll start there. The air handler points need to have a GeoCity tag of Nashville and a GeoState tag of Tennessee. So I'm just going to select all of the points that live in my air handler folder and drag them into my batch editor. That's the cool trick that not many people know how to do. For me, the hardest part of using the batch editor is using the BQuery query builder to find things. Being able to drag and drop totally simplifies the process. Once I have my points in here, I'm going to use the Add Tag button, and I'm going to select the Niagara Tag Dictionary and add a tag called GeoCity and another tag called GeoState. In the GeoCity, I'm going to type in Nashville, and in the GeoState, I'm going to type in TN for Tennessee. When I save it, the batch editor adds all those tags for me. I'll hit OK, and I'll clear the batch editor, and then I'll go down to my boiler logic folder and bring in the points that I want to display in my hierarchy there. I'll bring those into the batch editor, and I'll add a tag, GeoCity, GeoState, and the city for this one is going to be Fresno, and the state is going to be California. So I will save that, and my batch editor adds those tags. Now I'll go up to my hierarchy service, and I'll drag over a new hierarchy and call this one Geo. I'll expand it, and I'm going to scroll down to my hierarchy space so we can see this get built in real time as I add each one of the different pieces. I'm going to use the group level def to start with, and I'll drop that on the name of the hierarchy, and this is going to be called Get State. The order that I add these hierarchies in makes a difference. If I want this to start with a state, and then when I expand it, I want the city to show up, I need to add the group level def called state first. I'll hit OK. I'll expand that, and I'll group it by the Niagara Tag Dictionary Geo State tag, and I'll hit Save. I'll refresh my hierarchy space, and there's nothing in there. A hierarchy has to have at least one query level def or relation level def in order to populate results. I'm going to finish building this hierarchy, then I'll add a query level def and it will populate. So let me add another group level def for city, put it on the name of my hierarchy. I'll call this one Get City. Hit OK. I'll expand that, and I'll type in n::geo city and hit save. I'll refresh the hierarchy again, and there's nothing in there. The last thing I'm going to do is drag a query level def onto my geo hierarchy and call it get points. And I'll just set the query to n:point. And now when I refresh the tree node on the hierarchy space and I expand the geo hierarchy, I have a folder for California and a folder for Tennessee. If I expand California, I have the Fresno folder, and underneath the Fresno folder, I have the points from my boiler lab. Underneath Tennessee, I have Nashville, and I have the points from my air handler lab. So that's how to sort points in your station by city and state.